One of the reasons we keep coming back to Quartzsite is because of the community here. There's so many meetups. There's a meetup for everybody. And some of the meetups we went to this year surprised us. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We're here today to talk about community in Quartzsite and some of the meetups we've gone to this season.
When we lived in a house back up north, we didn't go to very many meetups. We didn't have that many friends. And since we've been coming here to Quartzsite, we have gone to so many different meetups and we've met so many new people, have made so many different friends that it's quite amazing. It's like night and day.
We have a lot of friends in Quartzsite. It's amazing. We have more friends than we ever did. And they're mostly through meetups, through traveling with the tribe and through meetups. Joining us today is Alexander, sleeping over there.
Yeah.
And Henry is behind him in his favorite bed. And he has to have that bed. He doesn't like this bed. He likes the other bed. And Seymour's out there in the cat castle sleeping.
I'm a bit of an introvert, and are you kind of an introvert too, or?
I'm an introvert
a little
too,
bit?
not as much as Sal though.
And there was a time in my life where it was so bad that I've talked about it, and there's probably been videos about it, including on our other channel, Walking with the Lord. And to be here and have all these friends and to come to these meetups and have this kind of community, to me it's basically, it's just incredible, completely and totally incredible.
So we've gone to several meetups this year, and some of them have been really surprising. And there's so many meetups in Quartzsite. There's a meetup for everybody. We went to a couple of meetups for Thanksgiving. They were potlucks, so not exactly meetups. We went to 2 potlucks for Thanksgiving. One was at our church on the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and that was really nice. We've been going to that church for a couple of years now, and we just feel like we've made a lot of friends there.
It just feels like home there. It's amazing. When we were there for the potluck this season on Thanksgiving, not on Thanksgiving, when we were there this season for Thanksgiving, I was looking around and I noticed all these people, and I just felt like such friendships there, and I just felt close to everybody there, and it was just incredible.
Yes, and it's so good to see these people every year. And then for Thanksgiving Day itself, we have a friend that we met through the tribe when we traveled with the tribe, and we like to go to his potlucks and see him every year. So we went to that one, and it's always really nice seeing him. We care a lot about him. Then for Christmas, we ended up going to some potlucks, and it turned out to be pretty surprising. We have a subscriber that traveled from New York State, not a couple hours away from us. She traveled from New York State to Quartzsite, and because I had made the trip before, I offered to help her along as she did the trip in case she needed any help. So we kept in contact as she traveled, and we got to know each other a little better. So then when she got here, we decided we wanted to meet up, and we were trying to make that happen. And then it turned out that we were going to a potluck nearby on Christmas Day. Actually, originally for Christmas, we were going to go to a different town and spend Christmas and New Year's there, camping on the water. It was boondocking, and we would have had to pay for it. And then there was a casino that had a buffet for Christmas and New Year's. We were going to make a thing out of it, and I was really excited about it and looking forward to it. So we went to their buffet last year. It was $25, and that was a good amount for us. And it ended up being not that great. It was okay, but it wasn't that great. So we were going to go ahead this year again for both the Christmas and the Thanksgiving potluck for $25 each, I figured, and then we were going to pay for boondocking, and I thought it would be a fun experience, camping on the water, going to the potlucks. Around Christmas, we found out that the potlucks were $35 instead, and I said, no way. I'm not paying $35 for a potluck. At that point, we were thinking of just staying in Quartzsite for Christmas and going there for New Year's. And I said, no, I'm not going to pay $70 to camp on the water, to boondock $70 dollars, and then potluck for $35. It just was too much, so we ended up actually going to Yuma. But we were here for Christmas, and our subscriber that had traveled from New York, she said that where she was camping, there was a potluck. Lori's Way was going to be having a potluck on Christmas. And it was an hour earlier than the potluck we were going to, so we decided to stop there beforehand. I figured, can't hurt to go to 2 potlucks.
Right.
So we stopped there.
And I have to say, Lori has an incredible setup there. She's done an awesome job with the potluck there that she has.
Yes, we got there, and there must have been 100 people there. There were so many people. We were really surprised by it. And then we got to meet our subscriber, and that was really nice. We really liked her a lot. And then we also met another subscriber. The subscriber we met who had traveled was Rosalie. And then we met Lori from Evening Shade Wanders, and it was funny to meet her. She's been following us for about 5 years, and we had actually set up a meeting to meet a couple of times, and it just didn't work out. So we hadn't ended up meeting over the years, but we keep in touch. And then, so it was amazing. I didn't even know she was there. It was amazing to finally see her and get to talk to her too. So we didn't want to leave, but we had told our friend that we were going to be coming to his potluck, and we always stay true to our word. So we stayed for about an hour at that potluck, and then we left. And then we went to our friend's potluck, and it was great to see him. And there was another familiar face there. It was just a little bit different for us because there were a lot of people there that we didn't know, different people than usual.
It felt a little bit different because we felt like most of the people that were there we didn't know, and so it wasn't like other years. There weren't very many people, if any, there that were there in prior years that we knew. But overall, the food was good, and we got to see our friend again.
It was good. It was a nice time.
Yeah, we always like seeing our friend.
So it was a different experience, and sometimes things change, and we might not fit in as much as we used to. So, but we always like to see our friend. And then another meetup we've gone to for 4 years now. We've gone to this meetup, and it's a Christian meetup, and it's in Quartzsite, and it's boondocking. It's a 6-day event, and it's called Christian Fellowship BOF. It's affiliated with Escapees, but you don't have to be an Escapees member to attend it. And we've been coming to it for 4 years. We just enjoy it so much. And we notice that a lot of the same people come. And then there's always new people too. So we keep seeing these people every year, and it's really special to see them every year. And we've come to really care about these people. And this meetup is a really fun time.
This is actually a sad time right now because it ended. The meetup just ended, and a lot of these people are going their separate ways, and a lot of them we won't see for another year. And we've actually grown to love these people here. When I say love, I mean really love. I'm not just saying, oh, we love you. I mean, I think that term is just thrown out there a lot, but I've grown to really love these people here. To me, they're our brothers and sisters in Christ, and we get to see them once a year, and it's sad when we have to part ways.
Yes. But hopefully we'll get to see them all next year. And this is a really fun meetup. This is one of the more fun meetups we've gone to. And we've noticed that a lot of the same people keep coming back to this meetup. And we've gone to other meetups where we've seen that the same people don't come back, and they're different every time. And so that's a clue that this is a really good meetup, because we keep seeing the same people come back year after year. So that means people really like it. But what they have here, it's 6 days, and every day at 11 o'clock in the morning, there's worship music, and it's beautiful music. It's 2 women, they sing, and it's just beautiful music, and we love it, and I look forward to that every year. And I've actually played some of them singing in previous years when I've shown videos about this meetup, and then, which I can link here. I'll link previous meetups so you can see them. And then this year they actually had a family that comes and sings. They go around, they're called the Balliettes, and they go around and sing. And it started with a husband and wife, and I believe they had, 7 or 8 kids, and they would go around and sing Christian music, and they write their own music too, and they go around singing with their family, traveling. We saw them 3 years ago. They were here, and then we saw them again. And now their son sings with them. They have a son. He has a family. He has a wife and 7 children, and one on the way. And they all sing, and it was so cute. They had a concert, and they had a really cute concert with all the kids singing. Each kid took turns singing, and it was really special.
It was quite a treat to see them perform, and they are really, really good. I must say, it was a true blessing to hear them sing, and hopefully they'll come back next year again.
And then every day, almost every day, they have a potluck at 4 o'clock, and potlucks are always good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And except on Sunday they have I don't know exactly what they call it, but what they do is they draw names and they match people together, and they go out to eat. So they'll match like one couple with another couple, or one couple with 2 other people. So like about 4 people. It's a nice small group. The first year we did it, we went out with 2 ladies that were single, I think they're both widows, and just going out to eat with them. We did not know them at all before that, and we just developed like a special relationship. We grew to care about them, and they're always special to us now. When we see them, we have that
connection.
Yeah, something that we developed on that first day that we went to eat with them.
And it's incredible because when we first met them and we went out for a meal with them, out to eat, we totally didn't know them. We were total strangers, and by the time we came back, it's like had known them for forever. And now we just feel really comfortable around them and everybody else there, for that matter.
But what they do, where they match people up and send them out, it's really a good way. Small groups are really good for getting to know people. I like small groups, so that makes it a lot easier for us. Both being introverted, we feel more comfortable with smaller groups of people. So that's really special. And then they have the potlucks, and then they also had one breakfast potluck, and they have something called a care auction. They auction things for the care facility in Livingston, Texas. It's an escapees thing, and the auction is hilarious. You can bring, it can be anything. It can be a gag gift. It can be anything. You can buy something, whatever you want, and you can put it in a brown paper bag, and you write like a scripture or something on about it.
A clue of what it could be.
And they have 2 people do the auction. One guy is a British guy, and he's really funny, and he makes all these jokes. And like, we gave something called, it was like a joint support bottle of joint stuff, and we put that in a paper bag, and then we used the scripture, your youth is renewed like the eagles. And it's for joints, like for older people or whatever. And so it was like a funny thing. And then when they opened it, they were laughing. It's a fun way you can contribute stuff that you don't want anymore. It can be secondhand stuff that you contribute, and people just have so much fun bidding on this stuff, and you get like a little card and you bid, and that's probably the most fun part of this whole thing, even though the whole thing is fun. But this meetup is really special, and we look forward to it every year, and we're always excited about coming back here. Oh
yeah, exactly.
And then as Sal said, it's hard when it ends because we miss everybody. Some people go off to Mexico, and people have been gradually leaving. Luckily, some people stay longer, and that makes it a little easier. People kind of leave gradually, but anyhow, we're really glad that we discovered this meetup and that we get to go to it every year, and hopefully we'll get to see a lot of the people from here next year. Many of them are lifelong friends. We went to one more meetup, and that was just a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago, and it was at Lori's Way. Lori's Way announced on her channel that she was having a subscriber meetup, a YouTuber subscriber meetup, and so people were welcome to come and meet her and another YouTube channel. And she said that any other YouTubers were welcome, so we decided to go.
And they had they had food there, and they had hot dogs and drinks,
And Sal loves hot
I
dogs.
love hot dogs, and it was just fun. I really liked it, and I really enjoyed it, and we got to meet some people, that we didn't know.
hmm And it was different than we thought it would be. And Lori, that I had met at Christmas from Evening Shade Wanders, we hadn't had a chance to talk, and we ended up sitting together for the whole thing. It was a 3-hour thing. We sat together the whole time, and we just talked the whole time, and we have so much in common. I didn't even realize how much we had in common until we were sitting there talking all day the other day, and we even stayed late
Yeah,
because it was so much fun. And we met new people, and it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but
it's different out here. It's not the same as when we were living, like I was saying earlier, as when we were living up north. It's just out here. It's just hard to describe. It's just the friendship and the connections you make are just incredible. It's maybe it brings you back to a simpler time when there wasn't so much hectic things going on. The bustle, the rat race out there. You just remove yourself from it, and it's just so different here, and the people seem different here. It's a connection that maybe takes you back to simpler times.
yes.
For me to be out here in a place like this, and to enjoy and to make new friends, that's quite incredible. And if you did it, any of you would come out here and do it, there's all sorts of groups that you can join, that you could get connected to, and you probably would have the same kind of experience, I would hope.
And one thing special about it is at the meetup, we're still at the Christian meetup area. We all camp together. So we're camped together, and we go out to the events, and then some people play cards and do things at night together. They go for walks in the morning. There are other things too. We didn't do a lot of that because it's a hectic schedule for us. But we have played cards with some of them, and it's so much
It's
fun.
fun, and I don't like to play cards, but it was fun when I played cards.
But it's a different feeling too when you actually camp with a group in a meetup. To camp there, it's hard to describe. And even just camping with any group of people, and they have gatherings. Sometimes where Lori has her potlucks, people are camped there. Some might come in for the potluck, but a lot of people are just camped there, and they come in, and they get to interact together a lot. We're just really glad that we discovered Quartzsite and the meetups here, and it's really been a blessing to our lives, and we know so many people here.
It
We
ha-
always
I'm sorry. It has been a blessing, and we hope to continue it for many years to come.
Yes, we never dreamed we would have so many friends here. But every year we look forward to coming back, and there's so many people that we get to see again.
That's what we've been doing so far this season. Kept keeping busy, going to these community meetups and just fellowshipping and that sort of thing. And what about you? Do you have any kind of community meetups or fellowships that you go to where you live, or if you've been here to Quartzsite, if you're even here at Quartzsite, what kind of meetings have you been to? We'd like to know, and just share your experiences. Is this something you would be interested in doing? Just share your experiences and let us know. It's fun always sharing experiences.
hmm And there are so many different meetups in Quartzsite. There's plenty of escapees meetups. There are YouTuber meetups. There are Christian meetups. There are baby boomer meetups, boondockers meetups. There's signs that we don't even know what they are. We went for a walk the other day to see someone from our tribe that was here, and we saw a meetup called ACA, and we don't know what that is. And that the lady that we ran into, some lady that we didn't know, and she said, "Oh, do you know what ACA is?" And we said,
We
"No,
said
we're
no.
trying to figure it out." And then there's like Schoolie Palooza, I think, is going on right now. That's in Ehrenberg, and there's a meetup for everybody, as I said before. So
Yeah, there's plenty of things for you to join with people of like mind, and there's always something to do in Quartzsite. Yeah.
So we just thought we'd share about our meetup experience and all the friendships we've made. And
I'm Sal. This is Sharon. We're S&S and the RV Cats. We travel the country with our cats, 3 cats, Seymour, Henry, and Allie. And if you haven't already done so, can you please subscribe and like our videos?
Seymour, you enjoying the view out here? He's on his castle. He loves his castle. Right, Seymour? We got that from his friend Annie. Our friend Annie. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.